We used to take these trips to different youth conferences, Steubenville, Franciscan. Every summer you take kids up to the Twin Cities or wherever, and it's the same sort of format. They use a lot of music and some great testimonies, and then finally they bring out Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament adoration. And it's usually a very powerful experience. Some of these kids, it's just the first time they ever really knew that God is real, that he exists, that he loves me, that he cares for me. But not all the kids. I remember one time on the way back on the bus, these two girls, they were lamenting that they didn't feel anything, and they felt kind of deprived. And sometimes you make judgments, well, that you weren't ready, you didn't prepare, you're not practicing your faith. But I don't know, God has his own way of dealing with each person. Jacob, who's no saint, but he's one of the patriarchs, he's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. And anyway, he wrestles with God. He has an experience of God. This is going to change him now. He gets a new name, a new identity, a new way of living. Benedict had an experience of God, and that changed him. And one of the telltale signs of an experience with God is that we're sent out because, well, there's a lot of work to be done in God. He came to love his people. He has compassion. Like sheep without a shepherd, he sees how much there is to be done. And if we have an experience of God, we are never to be complacent or to be smug, to say, well, I must be really special. No, it's to die to ourselves, to live for others. Benedict, he founds this community, and he teaches his monks to live as Christ lived. First, to have an experience of God, it can be arranged more or less. 3 years in silence and solitude, that almost always and everywhere, it prepares us to die to ourselves. We don't have 3 years, but if we as human beings could take 3 minutes a day just to be silent, Psalm 46 says, be still and know that I am God. Are we quiet enough on the inside? Because God speaks in the silence. And if we hear his voice, we start to live for others. We start to follow. And the best followers of God become the best leaders of his people. First, let's imitate Jacob and Benedict and all the saints. They had an experience of God. They spent the rest of their lives telling the world, he's real. He made you and me in his image and likeness. He has a plan for us. And if you've had a sinful past, you can have a beautiful new beginning. This is the gospel. To listen, to receive, to go out and proclaim.